This is amazing news for camo grinders or even those just considering trying the grind this year. There's going to be 2 mastery camos within Modern Warfare 2. First off, how do we know this? Because in the beta, you can't access the camo categories to see what there is. This screenshot was leaked, and the first thing you'll notice is Damascus is making a return. Just kidding, these are just placeholder images, so data miners can't go and leak the actual camos we'll be grinding this year. The Vanguard beta had the exact same placeholders where you could glitch Damascus onto your weapons. Obviously, Damascus wasn't in Vanguard and we got Atomic instead, and that's the exact same thing that's happening here. Other than Modern Warfare 2019 camos being placeholders, there's nothing fishy with this screenshot until you think a little. Gold is going to be the camo for unlocking all the camos for a single weapon. Platinum will most likely be an entire weapon category, and the Damascus equivalent will be getting every gun gold in the game. Nothing seems out of the blue, and then you look at Obsidian, and you could instantly think, oh, we're going to have an Obsidian equivalent camo this year. Or it could be a secondary mastery camo. When you think of mastery camos in the past couple of years, 2 is a standard number. You had 2 mastery camos in Vanguard, Cold War, and Modern Warfare 2019. So what's different this year? Well, there's no zombies mode, so we can't have a Dark Ether equivalent like Vanguard and Cold War, and unless we see a return of an Obsidian grind, this is going to be a brand new camo grind itself. And we're obviously going to have our Damascus DM Ultra Atomic equivalent, but how is this grind going to function? What's new in this game that we haven't seen in old games? And the first thing that came to mind was receivers. They completely change how a gun functions and will change the name and type of the gun entirely, where you have the M4 base, but you can also have an M4 SMG version that's separated in the SMG category. This is all stuff that I've learned playing in the Modern Warfare 2 beta today. Of course, I don't have any Modern Warfare 2 gameplay for this video yet because this was the first thing I wanted to talk about. How is the gold camo going to function this year? I have a couple ideas. The first one's simple. The gold camo doesn't change. You complete all the camo challenges for a weapon, you get it gold. And that would carry over with the platinum or diamond camo, and then the new mastery camo, which is the equivalent of Damascus. But where does that leave receivers? Is each base weapon's receiver considered a different weapon in terms of camo grinding, where you can get gold on the same weapon multiple times? Or is there going to be a midway mastery camo, kind of similar to platinum, where you can get gold for the base weapon, but once you start adding receivers, you get new camo challenges, and then once you complete all the receiver camo challenges for a base weapon, you then get this new mastery camo that would be similar to a grind like platinum. And for weapon categories, they could function in a way that they always have. If you complete every single assault rifle receiver in the game, you then get a platinum or diamond equivalent camo for that category, but you can only equip that camo on the respected receivers that fall into that assault rifle category, as an example. So if you wanted to get the M4 SMG receiver platinum, you would have to do all of the gold weapons in the SMG category. Or this camo grind with receivers could be on a much bigger scale. You have your standard gold, platinum, and Damascus equivalents for the base weapons, but if you want to get this new mastery camo, you have to get gold on every single version of every weapon receiver. Or we could see something like Vanguard's attachment challenges within Modern Warfare 2, where later on in weapon progression, you get a couple camo challenges that require you to get hipfire kills with specific attachments. We could see something super similar to that in Modern Warfare 2, but instead of using specific attachments, you have to get hipfire kills with an SMG receiver, as an example. I can see something like that working as well. If this all sounds confusing, it's because it is. I still don't understand how the receivers fully work. Yeah, I've only played a handful of games so far in the beta, but even during the COD Next event, when they explained receivers, I still didn't understand it. It'll definitely take some getting used to. A week in, I think there won't be as much confusion, if not any at all, but we'll have to wait and see how camo challenges are affected by this. Worst case scenario, this 4th camo slot in the completionist category is just a new Obsidian camo challenge. Yeah, it might not be as fun as a second mastery camo, but it'll at least be something to grind as well. And on the bright side, it'll be here at the beginning of the game, unlike Modern Warfare 2019, where the original Obsidian camo was added halfway through the game's life cycle. If that's the case, I'm still going to grind both camos, the Damascus equivalent and the Obsidian equivalent. Same thing if there's a secondary mastery camo that's an even bigger step up than Damascus. I'm still going to go grind that as well. Even if they add a calling card for weapon mastery where you complete every single challenge for every single weapon in the game, just like they did with Modern Warfare 2019, I am also doing that. Modern Warfare 2 has a 2-year life cycle, so there's plenty of time to grind. And from the looks of it, all these challenges will be at the launch of the game, so we're not going to get any surprise grinds as we're preparing for the next Call of Duty. In theory, if it was a 1-year cycle. Of course, because there's 2 years, even if they add another mastery camo cycle a year in, it's not going to be that big of a deal because it'll just give us more content during year 2. I'm extremely anxious to see how this camo grind will pan out, and if there's 2 mastery camos, how long are they going to take to grind? You already know day 1 I'm going headfirst into the Damascus 2 camo grind. It'll take some time getting used to just because of how different Modern Warfare 2 functions to the last 3 Call of Duty titles we had. The change that we will see this year, I'm assuming and I hope it'll feel like the evolution that the Damascus camo grind felt like when Modern Warfare 2019 came out. It's going to be more difficult this year than what we're used to, which I personally enjoy because it makes running around with that mastery camo so much more enjoyable and rewarding, especially when you use it in a game like Warzone. And that's one thing that is kind of bad is Warzone 2 launches 3 weeks after the launch of Modern Warfare 2, so we don't have a lot of time to grind a mastery camo. I doubt anyone, by the sounds of how hard this grind will be, will have it unlocked by then. Who knows? You might have a 24-hour team get it. But overall, I think it'll be fun. As long as we don't have camo tracking issues and camo bugs like we did in Vanguard, where it literally took 3 months for the first person to legitimately unlock the atomic camo, not because the grind was hard, but the camo challenges just didn't work, and some weapons you were not able to get gold on for that entire time. With Modern Warfare 2, I don't expect that to happen, especially with all the development time that went into this game, and I mean, fingers crossed we don't see something like that ever again, let alone this year. I just remembered as well, we'll have DLC weapons, which I don't think are going to cause that much of an issue when it comes to adding to the grind. Season 1 for Modern Warfare 2 will come out pretty fast after launch, so we'll already have new weapons added into the game. But just like every other COD, DLC weapons aren't hard to get the mastery camos on, especially if you already have the DM Ultra or Damascus equivalent already unlocked. That's it. Bye.